everybody, how are you doing today? I just want to go through a movie with you, and it's a movie that's considered the greatest martial arts film of all time. Have you seen it? I think you probably have. I've seen it many times before. And this Kung Fu movie I want to review today, it's called Enter the Dragon. Enter the Dragon is the greatest Kung Fu movie ever made, and I've seen this movie many times, but I'd like to share my opinion with you, like what I think is good about the film or what are the bad points, which I feel that could have been even better. So basically, now this is Bruce Lee's first film in Hollywood, and this was the film that actually made him into international star. So yes, a lot of people think this is the greatest movie of Bruce Lee, but it's not my favorite movie. However, I'm not saying I don't like the movie, but it's not my favorite Bruce Lee movie. My favorite Bruce Lee movie is another one. I'll tell you that next time. So, what do I think about Enter the Dragon? Well, I like the way how it holds up. For example, it was made in 1973, but if you watch the movie today, it still holds up very well. You would think that it's made today in the modern day era, but no, this movie was made in 1973. But I guess it's because with a higher budget, you get better quality, and Hollywood had that kind of budget. A Hong Kong production wouldn't, so that's why after all the time, their film tends to look older and doesn't hold up as well. So some of my favorite scenes in the movie is probably when Bruce Lee was doing the nut. Bruce Lee was using the nunchaku. I feel that was what caught the audience, like, because there's no special effects. With him swinging the nunchaku, it was all done by Bruce Lee himself at that speed. So it wasn't like fast forwarded or anything like that. I think this film could have been even better had Bruce Lee had control over the fight scenes. Because it was a Hollywood production, it was Bruce Lee's first movie there, and of course they weren't going to give a guy who's making his first film in Hollywood control over everything. So had Bruce Lee had control over the fight scenes and the choreography, then maybe it could have been even better, the action scenes. Because I don't know if you realize, but a lot of the action scenes are filmed above the waist and not much below the waist. It's like in Hong Kong film productions, they film the fight scenes like so that you can see the whole action. But in Enter the Dragon, most of the scene were filmed like close up. So I think that was the only negative part of the film. And also, what makes this film quite unique for me, I think it's the fight scene at the end when Bruce Lee fights his enemy in a room full of mirrors. Now, because I've seen so many martial arts films, usually, usually to keep costs down, a finale usually takes place in the rainforest or in the middle of nowhere, because that way they don't need any props. But in Enter the Dragon, the finale takes place in a room full of mirrors, and that gives it like a fresh element as well. And also, I feel like it makes Bruce Lee's character feels like he's fighting more than one enemy because of the reflection of the mirror. It's like he's fighting 10 or 20 of the same enemy. But yeah, so for me, I think that's a very unique fight scene at the end. Okay, it doesn't really last long, but it was more to do with the surrounding that gives it that extra buzz. So yeah, I think that was a really well made fight scene at the end. Bruce Lee's main villain in the movie is Mr. Han, and he isn't just an ordinary guy who fights with both fists. He has like a steel claw. Okay, I'm not gonna give away the plot, or I'm not gonna say like what happens because I don't want to like ruin it for you. But you should go and see the movie because it does contain like a couple of good fight scenes, especially during the tournament as well. So you got like other stars like Bolo Young, who's the one that starred in Bloodsport with Jean Claude Van Damme. I do think you should give this film a go, and you tell me what did you find special about this movie? Like for me, I find it special because of the great effects and how well this film still holds up today. Because a lot of films, kung fu films, after a while, they tend to look old afterwards. But this one holds up very well, very well. So, do I recommend this movie? Of course, you should definitely go and see it. It's a bit different to Bruce Lee's other Hong Kong productions, but because it was the film that made him an international star, you should see it just to see like why was that movie so popular at that time. So like that's all for today. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.